Hey there, and welcome to Virtual Saturdays at the Henning Cultural Center and Brimstone Museum of Sulphur, Louisiana, in partnership with Ms. Zaner Delafosse, and sponsored by Cameron L&G. We hope you have a pencil, because away we go.
Hi you guys, this is Miss Delafosse. Alrighty, so our project today is going to be inspired by the American artist Georgia O'Keeffe. She is known for her beautiful paintings of flowers and desert scenes. So today, our project, we are going to focus on desert scenes. For this project, you're going to need a few supplies. You're going to need some scissors, a pencil, a Sharpie. You're also going to need 2 pieces of paper, and then you're going to need the O'Keeffe worksheet, some glue, and some crayons. For your first step, we're going to take a look at our O'Keeffe worksheet. You're going to need some dice, or if you don't have any dice, then that's okay. Here is an online dice. So the first column represents what we are going to draw in our first section. The second column represents what we're going to draw in our second section, and so on and so forth. So we are going to roll our dice. I rolled my dice, and it just so happens I rolled a 2. So in my first column, I am going to circle the image that is right next to the 2 dot dice. I'm going to roll my dice again, looking at the second column, and I rolled a 1. So I'm just going to circle the image in section 2, and then I'm going to do the same thing for my third and fourth columns. Now I am ready to look at my background paper. Keep in mind, we have 4 different sections, but I'm just going to focus on the first one right now. So on my worksheet, under the first column, I rolled a 2. So I am going to draw the diamonds. My second column, I have these beautiful looking leaves to draw, and I want to draw them in a way where there's 2 by each other. Remember, if you need more time, just press pause. Once you have finished with your second column, we're going to do the same thing for our third and fourth column as well. Next up, we're going to take our Sharpie, and we're going to outline all of the lines that we have drawn. So with our next step, we are going to take our eraser and we are going to erase all of the lines that we did not want or the lines that we missed whenever we were sharpieing. We're just going to clean up our picture to make it look nice and ready for our crayons. Now we are ready to color. So you can pick whatever colors you would like for your background. Keep in mind, in deserts, you see a lot of oranges and reds, some greens, but it's typically a very dry landscape. So think about dry, hot colors. You know what? While we're coloring, I think it would be a perfect time for a history break with Tom.
I want to talk to you for a minute about how we come up with names for places. You probably know that sulfur got its name from the mineral that was mined here in the early 1900s. But did you know that this area was called something else before that? Back in the 1850s, between Big Woods, Louisiana and Lake Charles, Louisiana, there was a small trading post known as Bare Bone. It was a place where settlers and travelers would stop to get supplies for their journey or for their houses or whatever. Back then, this area was full of black bears that would cause trouble for settlers and travelers. One historian believes that this area was named Bare Bone because of the hunting that took place and the attempt to get rid of the bears that were causing all this trouble. While you're working on your art projects this week, try to think of some other areas or places that are named after animals or other interesting things.
We're going to grab our second sheet of cardstock paper, and then we are going to grab the right side of our page and we are going to fold it over to the left side. Make sure your corners are touching and then make your crease. When you fold your paper, you want to make sure that the opening of the page is facing the left side. That is very, very important. Next, we are going to grab our pencil and we're going to make a tiny dot towards the top of our page. Then we are going to draw a hump coming down. We're going to make another hump and bring it all the way down to the bottom of our page. Next, we're going to draw our skull's eyes. And then underneath, we are going to come around and down for the bottom of our skull's jaw. And now my favorite part, we're going to make our horn. Once you are finished drawing your skull, it is time for you to outline all of the lines that you have drawn. For our next step, we are going to need a window. So if you have a window, let's walk on over to it with our cow skull drawing. If you turn it over, you can almost see your Sharpie line. We're going to place our paper onto the window and we're going to trace the lines that we see shining through the page. Once you have traced the lines, you can open up your page and you can see that you have made both a left and right side of your cow skull. Next, we're ready to make it back to our table, and we are just going to connect, make sure both sides connect perfectly. It's okay if it looks a little wonky. We're going to cut out our skull. I'm putting a little bit of glares in my eyes. Now we're ready to cut out our cow skull. Once your cow skull has been cut out, it is time for us to color. We're only really going to color our horns and our eyes, but your eye color can be whatever color you want. My horns, I'm coloring my horns brown. A lot of times you see horns that are brown. I don't really see any that are some other colors. I've seen some that were white before. And you may want to put hints of gray in certain areas of your cow skull. That is fine. So our next step, we're going to turn over our cow skull and we're going to put some glue on the back of it. Let's make sure our cow skull isn't right on top of our background. We don't want to mess up our background with glue. Now we are ready to turn over our skull, and we want to place our cow skull right in the center of our background. Your picture should look something like mine. Hope you guys had some fun today. See y'all next time.